Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Brendan, and if you're new to the channel, it is great to have you. But today we have some massive cryptocurrency news to cover, as for the first time ever, we have entire countries coming on board with cryptocurrency, in this case specifically Bitcoin, but they're accepting it as legal tender while others are allowing it as a trading option for the very first time. Now, the reach of this goes all the way to the top of Fortune 100 companies like McDonald's that are now accepting Bitcoin in certain countries as a payment method for their food services. So I want to break this down and talk about the tax benefits that this brings, because if a country allows this as a legal tender, and by this I mean Bitcoin, this means that it will have tax-free exemptions that we have to talk about. So if that sounds interesting at all, make sure you stick around for the entire length of this video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. But first, starting off with some massive news that you probably already heard of, El Salvador is now accepting Bitcoin as legal tender in their country. Now, this came when their president announced this, but I don't think that people fully understand what this means. So let me give you a quote from his legal advisor. He said that there will be no taxes to pay on either the capital increase or the income of Bitcoin. Now, this is massive because, from my knowledge, we have never seen an entire country accept a cryptocurrency as a national tender, at least not a decentralized that the country has not created. So this is big because this means that if you move to El Salvador, which it might not be the ideal place that you want to move to, but if you were there, you would now be avoiding cryptocurrency, or in this case, you would now be avoiding Bitcoin tax, which is crazy, but you would be able to do it legally. Now, the reach and extent of this, as I mentioned earlier, I wasn't trying to clickbait with it, but fast food giant McDonald's has started accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment in El Salvador, and the country became the first to adopt the cryptocurrency as legal tender. And essentially what this does is this article, and I've read through a couple of them, but people didn't quite believe this to be true, but sure enough, they went through, they said that they didn't think it was going to be possible, and there's receipts and proof that this is actually now happening in El Salvador. So personally, I think that this is a genius move from McDonald's being one of the first to do this, but it just goes to show how far the crypto space has come. Now, finally, I want to talk about Ukraine here. I actually lived in Ukraine for a bit, so this is a really kind of cool hit-home article for me. But Ukraine becomes the latest country to legalize Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. This is big because now we are starting to see more and more countries that had previously been very on the fence about Bitcoin and other altcoins now coming on board and saying, all right, this has grown to an extent so big that we can no longer avoid it. If we sit back in this space for too long, we're going to be left behind in some manner. And what happened is that their parliament, I believe that they have a parliament, they unanimously voted to pass Bitcoin and allow it to now be traded there. So I think that this is a really good move for Ukraine. Obviously, we're seeing the foundation laid, and I've said this years and years ago, and I will continue to say it for years to come. But you're going to see the foundation for cryptocurrencies laid in these second and third world countries as we progress. The third world countries will lay the foundation for the second world. The second world will lay the foundation for the first world. And then by the time the first world countries really start getting into cryptocurrencies the way they should have years ago, things will have definitely been significantly smoothed out. You will have a lot of trial and error that will have already happened with these second and third world countries. So I think that they're going to eat a lot of the speed bumps and probably this regulation process. These first world countries are going to see which regulations work, which ones don't work, and then kind of adjust their way from there. But going over to this Bitcoin chart, we can see that Bitcoin has been on the rise. Bitcoin saw a nasty dip. It had multiple levels of FUD, including the Litecoin FUD. It had lots of other dumping happening even prior to that. But now that this is all said and done, despite all of the FUD happening in here, Bitcoin is still, and most of cryptos are still heading higher. Now, I could be eating my words and I could be saying this as crypto tops right now, but I don't think that that's too realistic. In fact, crypto is looking strong. It looks to have broken out of this falling channel that we talked about just a couple of days ago. and the strength for Bitcoin is continuing. So I don't want to kind of beat a dead horse here, but I think everyone needs to understand the amount of strength and comfort that is coming in with Bitcoin. Now, in tomorrow's video, I want to talk about this golden cross because I think so many people have been mentioning this lately, and I want to kind of elaborate on it because it happened over a month ago. But needless to say, that will be a topic for another video. I want to make this video because I am bullish on crypto. I've started buying crypto again, which I previously sold at 52K, but I'm now buying again. And I like the direction that Bitcoin is headed. So that being said, lots of good news coming out. Very positive on the future. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like the content like this. Turn on those post notifications as well. Hit that like button. Drop me a comment in the comment section down below, and share the video with someone that might find this insightful. Until then, everyone, I appreciate everyone watching. Again, new video coming out tomorrow on the Golden Cross. And until then, I will see you all very, very soon.